Well, good morning, Smithy family in Atlanta. It's Grampy here. I'm back in San Diego at a place called Mission Bay Beach. And you can see some guys out there. They're doing some swimming. They've got some like motorized surfboards or something. But it's a beautiful morning. You can see the sky is blue. The sun is just starting to come up there in the east. And I think it's somewhere around 7 o'clock or 7:30. But I especially wanted to come back to this spot in San Diego to send a special message to my dear grandson, Diego. And here's what I wanted to share with you, Diego. I wonder if you've asked the question, why is there a place in California, the state of California, called San Diego? Where did it get its name? So Grampy did a little reading, and here's a short version of the story. Almost 500 years ago, more like about 400 years ago, like a long time ago, explorers from a country called Spain started moving across the ocean, in which Spain is in Europe, and they traveled in boats across the ocean. And they went looking for new lands to live on and new people to share the good news of Jesus with. And so some of those people wound up on an island called Hispaniola, part of which is called, say it, the Dominican Republic, okay? Others went other places. They went to places called America. There were some that traveled all the way around the continent or through the continent of North America or Central America, and they wound up way on the far side of what's now the United States, in a place called what we now call California. One of those guys was a guy named Sebastian Vizcaino, okay? And most people have never heard of him. I had never heard of him. But Sebastian was an explorer from the country of Spain, and he found this place. I think it could have been this very spot right here before all those buildings out there were were made. And his favorite, his hero of his faith was a man named Saint Didacus. Okay? Do you know what Didacus means? In Latin, it would mean someone who was a learner. So there was a Christian, a Catholic saint named Didacus, who was his favorite. That was like his spiritual hero. And so that saint, Didacus, his original name was Diego. Okay? So Sebastian Vizcainus named this place that he discovered after his spiritual hero, whose name was Diego. Now, there was another man later on from Mexico who became known as Saint Diego. His name was Juan Diego, but that's different. So this was a guy who was the spiritual hero of an explorer named Sebastian Vizcaino, who discovered this place we now know as San Diego. And I think that's special, Diego. Do you know why? Because I see your name, and by the way, this Saint Diego, the one who is named after this, okay? Do you know what he was known for? He was known for being a loving and a very simple, content person. He didn't demand all the best things in life. He didn't demand money. He was just looking for people to love and people to help. And but he was also recognized as someone who was a learner. He loved learning, and that's why the Pope changed his name from Diego to Didacus, okay? Because he was such a good learner and a good student. And you know what? I think that is so much like you, Diego. You love to learn. You know about molars, and you know about tide pools, and you know about so many things. And I think it's kind of like you're a lot like that first guy named Diego back in Spain about 400 years ago. Anyway, Grampy loves you, and this is a nice long video, but I want you to know I'm always thinking about you when I think about San Diego, and I love you all so much. So Diego, this is a special video for you. Ian, don't think I forgot about you. I've got a special story coming for you too. All right? It might be a little while. Later today, maybe, I don't know. But your Grampy sure loves you. Mommy and Daddy, Grampy loves you, and I'm very proud of you and your little family. I love you. Bye-bye.